On my Instagram page, I've got over 200 recipes, and some of them are very popular, but none are more popular than this. Now, this is not ground beef, and it's not a fake meat. This is my famous Veggie Ground, made of superfoods. It's absolutely delicious, and today, I'm going to show you how to make your own. Guys, this is the base of the recipe. Look at the ingredients we have here. Walnuts, super healthy food. Portobello mushrooms, super healthy food. Garlic, carrots, cauliflower, red onion. This is the base of the recipe. Now, before we get started, I'm going to chop these things up a little further. So the first thing we're going to do is cut our larger veggies into small enough pieces to fit into our processor easily. Now, as far as the cauliflower, it's important not to over-process it. You want it in small pieces, but not to the point where it starts to get mushy. The best way to avoid getting it mushy is to use your pulse setting and pulse it in intervals instead of blending it continuously. You want the texture to look about like I'm showing you here. Now, as far as the carrots, since the carrots are harder and denser than the cauliflower, you can blend it a little bit longer and into smaller pieces without it being a problem. You want the consistency to look about like the carrots that I'm dumping here. Now, as far as the onions and the garlic, they aren't for texture, so you can blend those into smaller pieces without worrying about the size as much. I tell you, sometimes when I make healthy food, I get so passionate about it, it brings tears to my eyes, especially when I'm chopping red onions. Whew. All right, so next are my mushrooms. Now, the mushrooms are important because along with the nuts, they're what gives the Veggie Ground a good consistency. Make sure to leave some larger pieces when processing so that the Veggie Ground will have the right texture. You want your mushrooms to look about like I have them here. All right, and now for walnuts. And for those of you who don't know, walnuts are a super healthy food. I actually eat these every day. Heart healthy, omega-3s, good for your gut health. It's just, walnuts are the nut in my opinion. I'm gonna add 3 tablespoons of tomato paste. Another very healthy food. Men out there should be eating tomato paste every day in my opinion. It's excellent for the prostate, has lycopene, which is a great antioxidant. This is good stuff. So as you can see, this is a lot of healthy vegetables. This is gonna make a lot of Veggie Ground, but keep in mind, these are vegetables, so it's gonna exude a lot of water and it's gonna really cook down, and you'll see what I mean. So I have my pan on medium heat and I've added my veggies. Now, as soon as they start to exude a decent amount of water, I'm gonna turn my pan up to high. This causes the water to evaporate more quickly so that the veggies aren't sitting in excess water. This also accelerates the cooking process. All right, so once you get it here, now it's time to add your spices. All right, so up till now we've been talking about texture, but this is the magic here, the spices that I add. It's a combination of thyme, sage, Italian seasonings, as well as some others, but this is what really gives this dish an excellent, excellent flavor. So now I'm gonna turn off my heat, and now I'm gonna add my walnut mixture. Now if you look at it, you can see that it looks pretty mushy, but it actually has a lot of texture in there, which is a good thing because that's what it does. It adds texture to this dish. So because the walnut mixture is a little pasty, it can be difficult getting it blended well with the other veggies. But take your time, stay with it. It's important that you mix it well. It makes a big difference in the final outcome of this dish. God, guys, I wish you could smell this. It smells so good in here. I always get really hungry when I'm making this. All right, guys, and so this is complete now. This is my famous Veggie Ground. And as you can see, it makes a lot of Veggie Ground, which is a great thing because you can use it for so many things, from lasagna to burritos to burgers to tacos, meatballs, anything you would use regular ground beef for. This is the ultimate replacement without the saturated fat, without the oil, and of course it's vegan without it coming from an animal source. So this is Veggie Ground. You need to make it. Trust me if you do. You'll love it. My most popular recipe on Instagram by far. All right, now somebody's got to taste this. Might as well be me. Never disappoint.